Okay, welcome back to Bland Gaming's, the most boring and technically inept internet channel out there. So I just got back from my trip to the beach with my family. They're all organizing their Easter baskets in the other room, so it is the afternoon here. I am very, very tired because when you take vacations at my age with 3 children, you need 2 or 3 days to recover from your vacation. But lo and behold, I got back. And what was waiting for me here but my Company of Heroes board game Kickstarter. And I really want to get into it. I've been waiting over a year for this, and I wanted to look at it, but I can't look at this without you people. So, despite the fact that I'm literally tripping over my eyelids because I'm so tired, I am including you in part of the unboxing process. The only part that you missed was me breaking the initial seal and everything, which is okay because I don't want you don't need to see my address and things like that, because then all you guys will start sending me fan mail here and everything, and then it would never end. So I've got my Leatherman tool because everyone should own a Leatherman. So there's my Leatherman. We're all ready. Let's go ahead and take a look. I also would like to toot my own horn here and point out that I have remembered to film this correctly, filming it horizontally. So let's see how they packed it. Looks like it's packed pretty good. Got some jingling dog in the background here too, because he was very excited coming home from the dog sitters. So this is our terrain. This box was very heavy picking it up, so I'm sure there's got a lot of good stuff. This is Terrain Pack 1, so this will have actual terrain that we can use. And then it looks like, what have we here? Eastern Reinforcements, which is going to be, a couple SU-152s. Looks like some troops in there too, so pretty cool. Now, this is my second Bad Crow game. The first Bad Crow game that I ever ordered, it was not a Kickstarter. I actually bought it off of Amazon. This is making it a co-op game. A little expansion. Anyway, I bought Mech Command and I played that. That's like a RTS game, and it was there was some really great things about it. The bad things about it are not things that I would say, oh, don't buy it because of this. I mean, there was some production issues. The miniatures were high quality, but like, for instance, the arms didn't fit in them very well. So this is cool because this allows you to play it solo or cooperative. If I wanted to play with my unnamed 16-year-old this weekend, because it's Friday. No, it's Saturday morning. Saturday afternoon, I should say. Which is why there's no drink of the day. I just got back here. If I started with my drink of the day is going to happen a little bit later. So this is the very first Bland Gaming video where there is not, in fact, a drink of the day. As a matter of fact, I'm brewing coffee right now. So I wanted to get the Oberkommando West expansion so that when we're playing 2v2, we could play 2 Germans versus 2 Allied players. So this is loosely based off of, I believe this is loosely based off of SS units from the original video game. I'm a huge fan of the original video game. Let's turn this light off here, because it seems this light, instead of providing a lot of light for us, and I've got a lot of ambient light coming through here, it's actually providing a little bit more glare so you guys can see this. So there's that. So that has an individual army in it. Oh, and this is it. This is the big tamale, ladies and gentlemen. This is the main game, and it's big. Oh my lord! Look at how thick that thing is. It's gosh, it's like getting Cthulhu Wars. I'm gonna have to put my phone down. Hold on. There we go. Oh lord, it's heavy. Okay, here we go. Sorry about the pause, but look at the size of that. Very thick. So it's about, size is about the same as like a Mansions of Madness book, but you can just feel that there's some boards and stuff in there, I'm telling you. And the initial game comes with British, Russian, American, and German, the Wehrmacht kind of thing. And even though you can play it 2v2, you know, you can play blue on blue scenarios and everything. But again, the reason why I wanted to get the Oberkommando West was I wanted to make sure that in my 2v2 games that we could play German Axis versus Allies. So let's see if I can cut this open here without cutting myself or damaging the box while filming. Okay. Looks like it's actually starting to come off here, so let's just do it that way. There we go. And you can tell by this edge here that it is barely fitting in there. So there's a lot of good stuff in there, I'm sure. So. Oh, hear that? Okay, so let's pull this off here. 1 second. Bear with me, viewers. All 300 of you. Just checked today. Broke 300. Okay, so we've got our basic rules. It's a thick book. It's got a lot of very good, high-quality paper. The cartography looks nice. Lots of charts showing examples of rules. I've watched a few videos of this, and this doesn't seem to be terribly complicated. I like the fact that they give you the reference on the back of the rules too. And then there's an advanced rule book here, which really, it's only about 6 pages, so it's not very long. So that's cool. Mission booklet, because I think that this game is going to play differently every time you play it. Oh yeah, that's cool. Such a little different setup for different maps. Really, really cool. Okay, and then it looks like I'm gonna have to stick some decals on them. I don't mind. I build miniatures, so I'll put the decals on. And again, there's some more decals here. And it talks about crafting your turrets. So, it talks about bent gun barrels, which has me a little bit concerned. And then talking basically, this is really basic painting 101. These are your command boards. I like the fact that they've got the indentations in there. Oh, actually the miniatures, they look great. They don't look like they're bent. Well, I say that, but hang on here. Let's see if we can pull out. Are these boards just the same thing? Yeah. So, okay, just pulling out one of them out here. Look at this. It's actually very nice quality. It's thick. Nothing on the back. And then these look like punch-out type of things for machine gun nests, bunkers. And this is stats for buildings. Oh yeah, these are stats for your different buildings that you build that go in front of you. Looks like we've got some cards here. Commander cards. So those are part of the advanced rules. And on the top here, we have Russians and Americans. And the scale looks like it's a little bit smaller than if you've played 1/100 scale games like Flames of War. Looks like they're a little bit smaller. So picking up this model here, it's very heavy to the touch. So that is a solid piece of plastic here. Oh, it's got the name on the bottom of it. That's really cool. Does the turret turn? It does. This is a great little model. Look at that. They did a heck of a job. Very cool. Let's see. We've got our priest howitzer here. I like that the gun is in the up position. Again, it's very, very detailed. Labeled. This is great. These are great little models. Got our tank killer here. And, Very good quality models. No 50 cals on them, though. And if you've ever played Flames of War, those 50 cals on top of the tanks just break off. And the armored car here. Very cool. So here, these are the support soldier pack. So it looks like we've got some bazookas. They look a little bit long. I don't think real bazookas are that length. And then we've got some command troops here, which actually look pretty good quality. So that's our Americans. Okay. And I could go through and look at all of them, but I really don't know if I have time. So it looks like each army gets about 2 tanks, 2 like top tier tanks. Look at that T-34. That is a really good model. And again, it's heavy and it's just really cool. Great job, you guys. This is really impressive because the one thing that I could say that I did not like about Mech Command was the quality of the miniatures was not as... They were disappointing. It was okay, but a little bit disappointing. So they did a good job here. Let's see. This tiger is nice and heavy to the touch. And despite all of that, again, knock on wood, despite all the cautions about and the warnings about bent barrels, this is a very thick plastic. So, very thick, very fine. Panzer IV, beautiful tank. Yeah, you guys did a really good job here. Now let's see, the Germans look like Germans. Yeah, they do. And then do we have, or are we looking at generic? Yep, these guys have Panzerschrecks instead of bazookas. So let's see if I can zoom out. That's good. Awesome. Good job, guys. Good job, Bad Crow, if you guys are watching this. These look really good. And I love the way these trays go in there. I have this one game, a board game of mine called Wasteland Express. And it has one of the best tray systems ever to having everything fit in there and everything. All right, so I love playing British in World War II and in World War III. So these are the guys I've been waiting for. And the Cromwell, I love it. It's such a ugly, beautiful, just tough tank. And this one does not disappoint. This is a really, really cool model. Did a great job. And then we've got the beast of the British Army, the Churchills. Those are their big, thick armored tank with a mid-sized gun. So, but those are very nice. And I believe these are Staghounds. Yep, Staghound. Little scout cars. Those are going to be your first armored vehicles that you're going to get out on the board. And let's look and see. Oh, they have the, what do they call the Havre turrets for the Churchill. This is like an artillery piece. If you want to take a version of the Churchill that has an artillery piece, they have these. That's pretty cool. And then let's take a look. So these guys should have Piats. Looks like an AT rifle in there. It looks like a machine gun. These guys are machine gunners or AT rifles? I don't know. It does not look like a Piat to me. But British troops use the Piat, which is basically a vertical mortar. The models look good there. So hey, those look great. Good work. I like those. All right. So now we have obviously some, the Mech Command came with these as well, but I find using an alarm on your phone that has something audible if you're playing the RTS version of this. So this one you can play turn-based or you can play RTS. So then you have machine guns for your machine gunners, mortars for your mortar teams, and I believe, are these the trays? Oh, these are the movement trays? No, those are the emplacements. These are the movement trays. Here. Yeah, so you put the units on here, and if it's like a machine gun team, you put the machine gun here, and then the dice line up in the back for the stats and stuff. So it's pretty cool. And these dice are actually, I don't think these are ones you roll. I think I have to read the instructions, but I think these indicate whether or not it's moving, whether or not it's an armored unit, what have you. The different, if it's got flame units, things like that. And you actually mount these in the back of the movement trays there. And these are probably markers of some sort to go into, I'm guessing, your control board over here. And we've got some standard dice. And some probably dice that show effects, upgrades. Very, very, very impressive. I was expecting something cool, and does not disappoint. You guys did a good job here. All right, so there are some. The rest are boards, and oh my goodness, there's like tons of them in here. These feel thick. Feel really nice. They're labeled Stalingrad here, Stalingrad 2 thing. So it looks like it's probably got 4 double-sided boards that are included in the base set. So, Hill 331, that's going to be an American. And Hill 331, 2 there. So, that is the basic set, and that is very, very impressive. I like that. I don't think I'm going to paint mine. I have so much Flames of War, Team Yankee, I've got some superheroes I need to paint, and bolt action. So I don't, believe it or not, I'm probably just going to keep these the basic colors. All right, so let's take a look at the Oberkommando West. Probably going to be, spoiler alert, probably a bunch of more beautiful units. Okay. This is like Christmas and birthday and Father's Day and New Year's. And, oh my, I can't believe my kids are being so quiet in the other room. I told them, hey, I'm going to film in here, guys. And being nice and quiet. Very well behaved. Very unlike them. Okay. All right. So, let's see. Got the leadership cards. And obviously the building stats here. And for this faction, main tank being the Panther. Great tank. This is the German response to the T-34, and it was not very effective maintenance-wise. We got Pumas, which I love. I use Pumas a lot in my bolt-action army, my German bolt-action army. And again, the quality. Great job. What do we call it? Luke's. Yes. Luke's. Very early small tankette. And some AA gun pieces. And even these are very fine, and the barrels are actually not very flimsy. They're not curled or anything like that. Those look good. I don't know what these are supposed to be. Light. There's some sort of pack. Oh, I can't remember what those little pack ones are called. The little anti-infantry. They're not an anti-tank gun. They're an anti-infantry gun, but very good. I like that. So let's put that there. Oh, for heaven's sake. Okay. Put that on the side. All right, let's take a look at the co-op expansion. Here, see. I'll tell you what. This just has a whole bunch of cards and things like that to convert it. So let's go ahead and wait on that one because we're running out of time here. And you guys are like, I want to see the models. So, terrain pack. I think this is all cosmetic, this pack here. And the idea behind it is that it gives a little 3D landscape to your game board. Okay, let's take a look. I was trying to talk one of my kids into filming for me while I undid these boxes, but unfortunately they've been at the beach for a few days, and so of course they have to go in and make love to the Xbox. So they're playing they're getting their fix right now. Looks like this is barbed wire obstacles. These are flags showing possession, obviously. Looks like we have some sandbag positions, some tank traps. Beautiful job. This is so flippin' cool. Look at these buildings. Those are great. They're just cool as can be. And then you put the unit that's inhabiting the building up on top of the building there. And I think these objectives, yeah, so these are your objectives that you will put for fuel or for manpower or what have you, and you'll put those out on the board, and then once the team captures them, you mark them as your team red or team blue. Let's get those out of there. Very, very cool. And I think I got this as part of the back in the Kickstarter and everything. So, well, so far from what I am seeing, I think I can't say how much I paid for this because my wife is in the kitchen and I don't want her to know. Not unless you guys know a good divorce lawyer. So it's like I tell her, hey, you know, some guys go out and spend all their money on motorcycles. I buy games and Starbucks. I spend a lot on Starbucks. So I don't have jet skis or anything like that. So, okay, last one, and then we'll call it good. But I'll tell you, from what I'm seeing, from what I'm seeing so far, especially with the Kickstarter here, this Kickstarter was definitely worth backing. You know, and I can kind of tell just from the movies that I've seen online of the gameplay that I know I'm going to like this. You know, one thing that my 16-year-old, he was not very excited about this because he was like going, well, if we play Flames of War and if we play Bolt Action, why are we going to want to play this? And I said, well, this isn't a miniatures game like Flames of War or Bolt Action. This is a board game with qualities of a miniatures game. So, and it looks like, yeah, SU-152. It's a beautiful piece. This is the only piece I've seen so far, and it looks like it has a little bit of a bend. Yeah, SU-152, right? Yep. Has a little bit of a bend in the barrel there, but that's the first one out of the entire group that I've seen have one. And even so, it's barely noticeable. And again, I can't emphasize enough. I want to just see if you can hear this. I mean, these are heavy miniatures. So these are very nice, very sturdy. It's going to feel good to push them across the board. It looks like we've got some snipers. Yeah. Wow. That's just cool. Got some snipers in there too. All right, so that is my Company of Heroes Kickstarter, just arrived. I think that Bad Crow Games are probably going to be selling a few, they make a few extras. So I would look at eBay right now, and I would look at Amazon if this game interests you. I will do a review on this game, but that is how I bought Mech Command. Is they had an extra Kickstarter that they threw up on Amazon, and I actually bought it. So I never even backed the Kickstarter, but I was able to get the basic set through that. But anyway, I will do a review on this. I have a couple other videos that I have to do, but so far this looks extremely promising. It's Saturday afternoon. I don't think I'm going to have all this stuff read so that we can play tonight, but I'm hoping by Sunday afternoon I'll be able to play a first test game or maybe even do the co-op one. But anyway, thanks for tuning in to Bland Gaming. For those 300 that have subscribed, you are my favorite people ever. I'll make you guys a deal. If you guys can spread the word and get the likes up and get the exposure out to my channel here, my boring channel, If I can get up to 1,000 subscribers, I will change the channel name to Not So Bland Gaming. So anyway, that's this one. I actually have a second Kickstarter that I'm going to have to do an unboxing on as well. So stay tuned for that one. Thanks again for watching. Bye.